Welcome to the UpNext AI podcast. It's Friday, June 5th, 2026, and here's what matters in AI today. First up, Anthropic. TechCrunch reports that ahead of its IPO, Anthropic said annualized revenue crossed $47 billion in May, up from roughly $9 billion at the end of 2025. The same report says the company's $65 billion fundraise at a $965 billion valuation was greatly oversubscribed, and co-founder Daniela Amodei said the move toward the public markets comes down to capital. The practical point here is bigger than one company's fundraising story. Training frontier models and serving inference at scale are both capital-heavy businesses, and Anthropic is making the case that public markets may be the right place to fund that next phase. TechCrunch also notes that some customers across the industry are still sorting out where AI spending is actually productive. So the real test is whether this pace of growth holds up once enterprise budgets get more disciplined. Amodei's argument, according to TechCrunch, is that businesses are still early in learning how to use these systems well, especially in areas like coding, finance, legal work, and healthcare. So for now, the lead story is not just that Anthropic is growing fast. It's that one of the biggest AI companies is openly saying the frontier model business may need public market scale to keep going. Next, a high-stakes government use story. The Financial Times reports that the U.S. National Security Agency is using Anthropic's Mythos for cyber attacks. The FT also says this arrangement comes while Anthropic is locked in a legal battle with the Pentagon over Claude. We do not have operational detail in the story packet beyond that reported arrangement, so the cleanest way to read this is as an important signal of deployment. This is not a product launch and not a lab demo. It is a reported case of an advanced model being used in government cyber operations. And because the source data specifically names Mythos, that's the model name we'll stick with here. Taken together with the Anthropic lead, you can hear two versions of scale showing up at once. Capital scale on one side, and state use operational scale on the other. For the research section, a paper from earlier this week on arXiv called ClinEnv, an interactive multi-stage long-horizon EHR environment for agents. The researchers argue that clinical practice is not about picking one correct answer from a list. In the real world, a physician gathers information gradually, works under uncertainty, and makes sequential decisions that can be hard or impossible to reverse. ClinEnv is designed around that reality. It's an interactive, multi-stage, long-horizon environment built from electronic health record scenarios to evaluate agents more like attending physicians working through a case over time. EHR just means electronic health record. That matters because a lot of medical AI evaluation still happens on static benchmarks where the system gets one prompt and one shot. This paper's point is that those tests can miss failures in planning, information gathering, and decision sequencing. Bottom line, if an AI agent is meant to operate in a high-stakes workflow, we should test whether it can manage the workflow step by step, not just whether it can guess the right answer once. Are you building apps with voice? Elevate your app's voice capabilities with 11 Labs. Their API is a game changer for embedding dynamic, responsive voice interactions in your applications, providing unprecedented realism, flexibility, and latency. In fact, you're listening to one of their voices right now. If you are a developer looking to elevate user experience with natural voice interfaces, this is your solution. Visit upnext.fm/11 to check out their latest offerings. OpenAI has published a public policy agenda. The company says its priorities include safety, youth protection, workforce transition, and global standards. And one event note, TechCrunch says Strictly VC Los Angeles is set for June 18th at the Aerospace Corporation campus, with defense tech, AI, and fundraising as the main themes. Also on the policy front, OpenAI separately called for global action on youth AI safety and proposed an international institute focused on safeguards, standards, and opportunities for young people. Before we wrap up, a quick note. This podcast is generated with the assistance of AI and is intended for informational purposes only. All referenced articles, research, and commentary remain the property of their original authors and publishers. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. And that's your briefing for today. Full source links are in the episode notes, and we'll be back Monday with What's Up Next.